And welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Well, as you know, we love to go right around the world looking for brand new music. And tonight, we're going to be chatting to a band from Cyprus that have got a brand new album coming out. The band is called Hardraw, and their album is called Abyss of Mankind, and it'll be out on April 5th. So we've actually got a couple of members of the band on the phone right now to chat about this brand new album. So welcome to the program, Andreas and Nicholas.
Nice to be here. Hello.
Guys, welcome to the show. I was wondering if we could start off a little bit to get to know your band a little bit more. Some people here in Australia, this might be the first time they're hearing your music. So, Nicholas, could you tell us a little bit about the band? I believe that you guys have been going now since 2011.
It's been way back before 2011, which was our high school years. And we were under the name Unblaze back then, but we didn't have any originals or whatever, so we were just playing some covers. And it was me, Andreas, and three other guys back then. It was Yannis, Konstantinos, and we had no singer. Back then, I used to sing and Andreas used to sing in some songs. But then we got another Andreas. We're in Cyprus, so there are too many Andreas here. So Andreas Puyukas, and he joined for some live sessions back then. After that, we started recording our first album, and Andreas left. We had another guy whom I met when I was studying Fedon. He used to sing in the band Mist.
Yep.
And by accident, we moved in together when we were students. So he joined us and we released the first album. But since then, it's been like changing members almost every year. So that's why it was hard for us to be ready and release the second album.
Yep. But Andreas, tell us a little bit about the journey for you as well. You've been there from the very start. How have you found being in this band and watching it grow and evolve over the years?
Yeah, it's been a great journey for me as well. So we met with Nicolas back in the high school days. You know, we started off playing covers of bands which we really liked. So I evolved personally very much musically because Nicolas is a full-time musician. I'm not a full-time musician, although I try to be as much into music and guitar playing as possible. We progressed as a band quite a lot because we managed through changes and by being all around the world. Basically, at some point, I was in the UK, Nicolas was in Greece, so we had to keep it together through all these years and keep it going basically through changes and all that. But we got through to the other side, so we have the second album ready, and yeah, well, I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Definitely. So, Nicholas, tell us a little bit about this album. What were you guys hoping to achieve with this album? What kind of discussions did you have when you first sat down to work on this album?
So the whole progress of this album started like 10 years ago or so. So it was song by song. We used to do a song, then we had a live show, we had to play, we stopped working on new material, then another song came, and then it was like that for 10 years. I mean, but we already have some songs for the next album, so I'm hoping it won't take that long this time.
Yeah.
And it was a nice journey, but changing members all the time. They had to learn the old songs, and then we had to progress with the new ones. and it was a bit it was a bit hard, but I think the lineup now is, I hope, the final one.
Yeah.
So we're doing good. We are all working together, and we're doing our best, I think, and that's what matters for me personally right now.
Yep.
The whole composing of the song was every band has its own way of writing new songs.
Yep.
Right? So how it worked, it was someone had some ideas or a song in his mind, and he brought it over to the rehearsal, and we all added something, we removed something, and then it progressively became to the song it is right now. What we want to achieve, what first of all, from my perspective, is like we have progressed as a band very much since the previous album, and I like the way it's going right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, Andreas, tell us a little bit, what kind of themes and topics can we expect to hear on the tracks on this album?
So, as the title is saying, it's the abyss of mankind. So, it touches upon various subjects that have to do with current events that take place in the world, that took place in the past years, where we wanted to have a say, we wanted to have a go at examining it. It grasps historical events for our island of Cyprus, which has its troubled past, and also for on a global level. So we touch some historical subjects there, anti-war subjects. So taking into account the situation that is going on around the world. So we wanted to touch base upon those, and some personal some personal experiences. You know, we have some songs that were inspired, but by something that took place on a personal level, which we brought on the table and developed it as a band. And last but not least, there is a tribute song to one of our heroes, Mark the Shark Shelton from Manila Road, which has been done as a tribute in the album, and it is the last song of the album, called Riddle Disciples.
Awesome. So, Nicholas, you mentioned that you're very happy with the lineup at the moment. Tell us a little bit about what it was like for all of you to head into the studio and record this album.
So basically, during the pandemic, I was at home, and I have already, when we were in lockdown, I already have recorded the whole album, my parts. So the thing was that because of the pandemic, it was hard to have someone come over to record their own parts.
Yep.
So we tried to do something like recording at home. Andreas tried to do it, and we saw that it didn't work. So we were waiting for everything to settle down, and then one by one came to the studio. There was a time that I had to move, and also I moved the recording studio. So that on that time we were doing nothing basically, but then we managed to record everything accordingly.
Awesome. So, Andreas, with the album coming out on April 5th, what's your plans after that? Are you hoping to get out there and do some shows? Are you hoping to maybe even travel to other countries? What's the plan with the album coming out?
Sure, yeah. I think we are more than open to to get the album out there, perform, and get it out to the world. Everyone was in the band. As a first step, we have a performance on the day of the release at Open the Gates Festival in Nicosia, our hometown Nicosia. Our plan would be to next have an album presentation show again locally here in Cyprus, but we are looking outside of Cyprus as well. We are keen to to perform in any shows overseas, and wherever that takes us, I think it would be for the best.
Awesome. So to finish off, guys, I'd love to hear this from both of you, starting with you, Nicholas. What would you like to say to people out there who are about to listen to the album?
This album is like our it's a Hardraw child. So I think you should just listen to it, and if you feel the love we have for this kind of music and the respect we have for this music, I think you will get by yourself. You don't need me to tell you anything, basically.
And Andreas, what would you like to say to all of your fans out there before they listen to the album?
Okay, I would first of all to enjoy it. I hope they enjoy it. I hope they find it interesting. I hope that that it resonates with them on some of the subjects that we are trying to to get out there through our lyrics and our music. And I hope that they see the progression and what we are trying to get out with our music and the development that we had as a band from the first album till today. And we would like to hear their comments on whatever they have to say, any feedback. And as Nicolas said, we already have some songs for the next album. So hopefully we have them. They are interested for what's coming next as well.